What's up, YouTube? This is Matt and Alex from Team Satisfactory here with a discussion about a couple popular rank 4 Xyzes and which ones you should be using.
Alright, Matt, take it away.
Alright, so first we have this guy. Unfortunately, Maestro...
Zoom in on Maestro real quick. A little lower. There we go, Maestro.
With time, Maestro has become less and less relevant. Let's read his effect. Alright, he's a Fiend, rank 4, 2 level 4, generic of course. Once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card to target one face-up attack and that your opponent controls and flip it down to face defense. Face down defense. Face-up Djinn monster, and Maestro is a Djinn monster, would be destroyed. You can detach one Xyz material instead. So basically, when this guy came out, he was the best because, I mean, he would protect himself. He has the power to stay. His attack wasn't too bad. It was 1800, and 2300 is really good for in terms of defense. And yeah, he was a your turn Book of Moon, which could eliminate kind of big threats like Ophion.
I think people have forgotten how good like a flip face down effect can honestly be.
Yeah, because there's no effects and their defense is probably smaller than their attack too. So, but overall, this guy isn't really good, and you shouldn't really run him in any deck right now. It's kind of garbage.
Yeah.
There's just better options. Get out of here. Alright, now these are the two that most people would like to discuss. Go down a little.
I'm going to zoom in once again. There we go.
So these two have caused the most controversy. Now, obviously, Exciton is going to be one of the best rank 4s for a while, but he's not relevant because he has a different type of effect. Here we're talking about spot removal. Not mass removal, but spot removal. And a non-destruction removal too, because, you know, a lot of stuff gets off of being destroyed.
It gets off on being destroyed, those masochists.
No. Now, when 101 came out, it was crazy. He was $40, $40 bucks, $50 bucks,
60 bucks for the highest rarity. Instant staple in every 4 spam. Like, people were running copies of 2 and 3 of this thing because it was so good when it came out.
And he's still good. You can detach 2 Xyz materials, then target one special summon monster your opponent controls in face-up attack position, and then attach it to this card as Xyz material. Now note that it doesn't get the Xyz materials of the other monsters than Xyz monster, otherwise that would be broke.
That'd be broke.
But it's still really good for just taking your opponent's monster and neutralizing it completely. And if it would be destroyed, you just detach one instead. It's 2100 and 1000. And now let's look at Castel. Castel, it actually didn't make that much of a splash when it came out. It was just kind of a mech card. But then,
one format later, everyone just jumped like,
once
oh my god.
Once pro players started using him, they were like, oh wow, this guy's good.
Because Castel is not a better card, but it's better versus the meta.
Yeah, let's read its effect. It's generic, of course. You can detach one Xyz material from this card, then target one face-up monster on the field, change it to face down, or you can detach 2 Xyz materials from this card and target one other face-up card on the field, shuffle into the deck. Alright? Now, let's analyze the differences between these two cards. They're both generic, so almost every deck can make them. Silent Honor Arc's a little bit bigger in the attack department with 2100, and Castel is only 2000. And overall, Honor Arc is a lot more durable because it has that destruction protection effect. Now, let's look at the requirements for their effects though. Honor Arc requires the opponent's monster to be face-up attack position special summoned. Whereas Castel only requires it to be face-up attack position. To face up. And in addition, Honor Arc, the eventual effect will be that the Xyz material is going to be sent to the graveyard no matter what. Whereas Castel can just send it to the extra deck or the main deck.
Yep.
Now, the main deck especially, that's really good. But it's most often used on extra deck monsters, which means that they still have access to it. Whereas if you just take it with Arc and you sit on Arc, and they never get to Arc, then you just completely take it out of their use. They can't use it anymore. So there's a couple situations in which Honor Arc is better, like if you want to completely deny access to your opponent. But overall, for spot removal, we would say that Castel is the best card for that right now. Simply because it doesn't send it to the grave, so that means that cards like Shaddoll cards and Burning Abyss card, they don't get their effects off. They will never get their effects off when you use Castel's effect. Whereas with number 101, they will eventually get their effects off.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where 101 will be better against Rogue, just because Rogue cards don't have the when it's sent to the graveyard trigger that almost everything has after new challengers.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like a Judgment Dragon, then you're gonna want to use 101.
But if it's like a Shaddoll Construct or a Dante, you probably want to use Castel.
You're gonna have to use Castel.
You're gonna have to use Castel.
Simply because you don't want them to get more advantage over your plays.
But if you want the honest opinion of me at least, run one of each.
Yes.
They're both very good. They're both very good in their own like unique circumstance, and having them both lets you cover pretty much any special summoned or basically big monster, threat monster in the game.
Yeah, so this is better for removal, this is better for durability, and you can sit on it too in defense position if you really need to stall for time. So that about wraps it up.
Next with with our Castel versus 101
and
discussion.
Then there's this sad guy.
And Maestro, which no one's really run. Alright guys, thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe to the Team Satisfactory. Out.